Well, hello there, America. It's me again. Just looking at, I guess the government passed a temporary budget the other day. They said they passed $1 trillion. Be good for a couple of months. When I went to school, a couple of months, $1 trillion. 12 months in a year, that'd be $6 trillion a year. Something don't seem right to me. But anyway, I looked at the 2010 budget. The government brought in, what did they bring in? They brought in a little over $2 trillion. Okay. And what did they spend? They spent about $3 trillion. So they brought in $2 trillion. They spent $3 trillion. So if you take the $2 trillion that they brought in away from the $3 trillion that they spent, this is what they left for us, our kids, our grandkids, our great-grandkids, our great-great-grandkids. This is what the government will do to us for a long time, because there is no way they can ever repay the 15, which would now be $16 trillion off. Why do I say that? Even if they bring the budget under control, even if they go in and slash $1 trillion off the budget and make it a newt, just, okay, we're going to have a balanced budget. All a balanced budget means is they're going to be spending what they bring in. That means they're going to bring in $2 trillion. They're going to spend $2 trillion. That still leaves us one big, massive debt. Okay. How are you going to pay off that debt? Well, just make 15 trillion. That's what it is today. They ain't got all the books put together and stuff. But if they spent 30 years, that'd be $500 billion a year. Plus, they got to pay interest on that. Okay, if it's $500 billion a year, that means if you're bringing in $2, you're spending $2, you're going to have to come up with another $500 billion or $500 billion. Where are they going to come up with it? Or do we have to take spending down to 1.5 trillion to bring in 2 to put $500 billion towards the debt? The government set up this back in 1913, the Federal Reserve and all this. And who put this together? Big bankers did. Rich people did. They done this on the 23rd of December when it passed for the Federal Reserve. Why did it pass late at night on the 23rd of December? Because a lot of the people that was objecting to it wasn't there. Go and look at the records, who voted for it, who didn't vote for it. When you look at it, remember one thing. Wilson got in office because the Republican Party split. They had the conservative Republicans and they had the progressive Republicans. Okay? Roosevelt ran on the progressive ticket. It split the GOP and Woodrow Wilson got in office. Woodrow Wilson gave us segregation. He let the people in the South start putting signs up, colors go here, whites go there. He came up with the income tax. Everybody, after history, so many people say, well, the income tax was to pay off World War I. No. Income tax was before World War I. So it's kind of hard to pay off something that you ain't encountered yet. That'd be like a wife coming in telling me she needs a $100 bill to pay off the credit card that she don't own. You know, that's not how things should work. But anyway, the biggest thing he put in was the Federal Reserve. And there's a great book out there about Jekyll Island and how this is all put together and what it meant. Basically, they came up with a system where it let a lot of banks give out loans when they didn't have the money to back it. As you went through time, the dollar was backed less and less by gold. And you remember, I don't know if a lot of you ever seen one or not, but they used to have a silver certificate. Those weren't backed by gold, it was backed by silver. Okay, then you go in up there and old Nixon, and a crook fellow, I believe he's the one, by an executive order, took us off the gold standard. So really, basically, any president since then could have put us back on the standard. They don't want to. They're crooked. The people in power want to keep power. The way you keep power is you keep the people with money happy. That way the people with money will give you money to stay in power. Vicious cycle there. Who gets hurt? We do. Okay. Don't know if a lot of you know where we get money from. Where's the federal government get money from? Most of it comes from us. Okay, the breakdown of receipts. Income individual pays 42% of taxes. The Social Security tax and SSI, 40%. So that's 82% right off the top comes out of our working pocket. People out there working for a living, comes out of your pocket. You got corporate tax, about 9% comes in from that. You get about 3% from excise tax, and you get about another 6% from other. Others is some money we have loaned out, tariffs and agreements and stuff, this little, whatever, stuff the government does. Anyway, they've got a little bit of trickling in. Kind of like a kid mowing the yard, you know. You really don't put it in your budget, but there's actually money coming in the house. That's what your other, for your federal receipts.